Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius darling. How are you doing, honey? My name is SimplyVelca, and today we're going to be tapping into the person that you're thinking on right now. We're going to be seeing how you are feeling about the situation, how they're feeling about the situation, and just tap into this person that's on your mind. I am going to be catering this reading more so towards those romantical relationships, Sagittarius. But if this isn't for you, darling, be sure to check out your general weekly horoscope reading that I upload for you every Tuesday, darling Sagittarius. I'll leave a link to it on the top right-hand corner of your screen. But remember, though, when it comes to tarot cards, darling, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you, Sagittarius. On top of the fact that tarot cards will never, Sagittarius, be able to get into all the nuances that a human dynamic will have with another person. So this reading's just here to give you some food for thought, a perspective to consider, but never being the sole reasoning for how you make your decisions when it comes to relationships, darling. So with all that being said, Sagittarius, let's just jump into your reading with them, right? Let's see how this person is making you feeling, darling, and then we're going to be seeing how they're feeling about the situation. You already know how those you versus them readings are, darling Sagittarius. Let's see what's up, darling. We're splitting this deck. Let's get into this, Saggy. So we have here the Page of Swords. Okay, girl. All right, Sagittarius. Eight of Cups. I know where this storyline is going. And the Empress card coming in here, Sagittarius. All right, my little Tom and Jerry. All right, now, Sagittarius. You guys are pretty known for this as well. It feels this... I say this with love, Sagittarius. Y'all know I love my Sagittarius so much. Y'all are probably my favorite zodiac sign outside of Libra because I'm a Libra Scorpio cusp, plenty. But Sagittarius, I get very much so Tom and Jerry energy. I feel as if you're in this place of where you're starting to give somebody like the silent treatment, this person the silent treatment, Sagittarius. For whatever your reasoning is, darling, it's your prerogative as to why you're doing this, so no shade at all, honey. It shows to me like you started emotionally detaching from the situation, or you detached yourself from the situation. You know, for some of you Sagittarius, you may have been like, you know what, I'm fed up, I'm done, we're done here. Some of y'all may have hit that block button and just started like walking away from this, and you're kind of like turning your head, darling, be like, are they watching? Are they gonna chase after me? That's that very much so that type of situation, Sagittarius, which shows to me that obviously, since you're coming into a reading like this, Sagittarius, there is some deep caring that you have when it comes to this person. It's one of those things of being like, you're telling the person, just like, get out of my house, get out of here, right? But deep down, you want them to stay. You want them to fight for this, Sagittarius. And so I do feel like on your side of things, because I don't feel like you guys are necessarily talking right now, right? I feel like you're in this place of being like, you're like testing the water, Sagittarius. You're like, let me see how much this person actually cares about this connection. Let me see how much this Sagittarius is willing to, not you, Sagittarius, you could be dealing with another Sagittarius, but I don't get into zodiac signs for the general readings. You're just like in this place of being like, let me see how you want to see how much they actually value you, how much, like, if they're willing to put in the effort, essentially. Sagittarius. And so yeah, it feels like right now you're kind of like turning your head, probably watching them on social media, seeing if like your parting ways right now, your distance has affected them or impacted them in any type of way, Sagittarius. It just feels like you're in a very observant energy and seeing like if they're going to value you as the beautiful Empress that you are. Genders just don't matter, obviously, in my readings, Sagittarius. Whether you're he, she, they, or anything in between or outside of that spectrum, honey, the cards resonate, they resonate. I'm just speaking in terms of tarot because that's what I'm using, honey. So let's see from their perspective now, Sagittarius. Let's tap into their energy now. Girl, the energy has been tapped in, darling. Let's get into this. We have the Nine of Pentacles coming in for them, Sagittarius. My ring is being crazy right now. The Five of Cups. Ooh. And this Lovers card, Sagittarius. So even if they're not showing it right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're not, Sagittarius, just because of that Nine of Pentacles, it feels like they're keeping themselves extremely distracted from this situation here. And that might be what's pissing you off a little bit. Eight of Swords. Okay, back of the deck. Girl, Sagittarius, honey, my lovely, beautiful Sagittariuses. I don't feel like they're showing their emotions. I feel like they're trying to distract themselves in any type of way. Especially with the Nine of Pentacles, they could be using work as a heavy influence just to keep them busy. But with this Lovers card here and this Five of Cups here, it's like this, they can't keep their, like, they're keeping their emotions hidden from you, but it's just like deep down, darling, it's definitely bothering them, right? They do definitely care about you, and it's probably been a situation where it's just like they're playing, like, I'm seeing it's just like, I don't know if you guys recently, your last connection with them, Sagittarius, you guys had like a bit of a fight or like a little blow up, but I feel like they're like, it's very specific, but I feel as if they're, some Sagittarius's person are just like playing back a scene over like the last scene that you guys had with each other. Like, I feel like there's like something that kind of caused like this rift essentially. You may have like sent that text message to be like, you know what, I'm fed up. I'm tired of you treating me this way. I'm tired of you not communicating, what have you. Tired of not being appreciated and you walking away. They're really beating themselves up over it with this Five of Cups, Sagittarius, right? They're beating themselves up over, and but the thing is, with the Eight of Swords in the back of the deck here, darling, they don't know what to really do about this now, Sagittarius. I wouldn't really take this person as someone that takes the initiative either, when it comes to expressing their emotions or really just taking action. Sagittarius, this is very much so someone that is just like very much so docile or very passive. I'm trying hard not to inject my own personal opinions on the Sagittarius, but this is just very much so someone where it's just like, you'll tell them to, like, this is always going to be the type of person, Sagittarius, where it's like, if you're trying to get some type of reaction out of them, if you're trying to get them to fight for you or what have you, while you're pushing them away, they're very much so the energy where it's just like you push them away while deep down they might want to fight for it. But with the Eight of Swords, they're not going to say anything. They're not going to do anything. They're going to just be like, oh, okay. And just kind of be like silent and just, and from your perspective, Sagittarius, you can be like, well, what the heck? Do you just not care? Situation here. So it's just interesting to me. It's very much so a Tom and Jerry energy here, where it's just like, if y'all only knew just how much y'all cared about each other, especially more so from your end to their end, Sagittarius. Yeah, Sagittarius. I was about to like be hard on myself. I was like, why did I call you Sagittarius? Some of y'all may actually be dealing with someone that has heavy Sagittarius in their chart now, just with how many times I'm slipping up and like getting in my head about it. So yes, Sagittarius, I just want to be, almost did it again, darling. Very much so mirroring. If it's not Sagittarius, they're just very much so mirroring you, Sagittarius. And I feel like that's what's might be eating up at you, where it's just like this sense of frustration, just being like, just show me you care, darling. Just show me you care, right? And I feel like that's just why it is you were even put to this point in the first place, Sagittarius. And just know, darling, this is coming from a non-judgmental place whatsoever, darling, right? I know for many people, like, they might look at this and be like, oh, Sagittarius, you're being immature, da 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 da. But I feel like you were pushed to this point, Sagittarius. I feel as if you didn't want to have to walk away. You didn't want to have to do whatever it is that you're doing currently to see if they care or not. It feels like at this point for you, Sagittarius, it's like for your own well-being, darling, that you're just like, all right, like, I got to do this to see, like, just to confirm with yourself if they actually care or not. And so that's why I feel like the main issues are lying here, is that, like, they're feeling a lot inside, but they're not communicating it. They're not showing it. But they're definitely a little bit heartbroken over this, because I don't feel like you guys are communicating, Sagittarius. So let's get into more cards for you. We have the Chariot card coming in here, with the High Priestess card coming in here, as well as the King of Pentacles, Sagittarius. So I like this energy a lot. For the most part, I guess it's going to just depend on how your intuition feels, because I feel like deep down you already know how this person is feeling. I'm not going to say whether or not they do. Like, you already know the outcome. When I see that High Priestess, darling, you kind of already know, but it's like at this sense of like, you want to like draw, like, you want to draw it out of them, darling. You want to like, that they deep down they care, but it's just like, it's at this point where it's just like, all right, you may know this deep down, but it's just like actions speak louder than words, and you're not even hearing words, darling. You're not hearing words. You're not hearing action. It just feels like you want this energy here to just step up more, to just mature and be like an adult, right? You may feel like, even Sagittarius, that you're like, this is like a child almost. Like, that's why like Sagittarius, this is where I was like trying to like refrain from my own personal opinion, because it's just like, I can't stand a connection. I can't stand an energy where it's like, this is very much so underdeveloped emotions, very underdeveloped. This person may have dealt with some It's nothing to do with you though, Sagittarius. I feel like this person just is very underdeveloped, or they came from like a family or an upbringing where they were punished for showing their emotions. And I'm not excusing them at all. Obviously, I'm not excusing them because I just wouldn't have patience for this at all, Sagittarius. Like, you're more patient than I am, darling. But it's the sense of where you know on some level that even if you were to come back to this, or if you were to just go back to what you were doing, trying to just go back to normal, like, it would provide, right? But there's just sense of where it's like you're wanting to just be shown, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that whatsoever, darling Sagittarius. So end of the day, and I feel like this is gonna like wrap up pretty quickly for y'all, like however this outcome happens. So let's get into this on their side of things now, Saggy. Ooh, girl, I'm trying my best. Y'all's reading is trying me the most. The Devil card coming in here, Saggy. Hierophant coming in, Saggy. Two of Swords, Saggy, darling, girl. So I'm gonna be honest here. I don't feel as if they're going to. It's again this sense of where they kind of need to deal with that ultimatum, right? Sagittarius, they need to deal with that ultimatum because deep down they have deep feelings for you. They have the Hierophant under your Lover's card. The Hierophant, very traditional energy, is the card of like marriage and all that. Like, they really see such a future with you, but it's just like they have like this such passiveness, and I just can't stand it. Even tapping this energy, there's such a passiveness, and it's really going to be the bane of their existence. I wouldn't even be surprised if like this issue reflects so many other relationships in their life, platonic as well, and even in their family. Like, I just feel like they're just very standoffish and just like emotionally disconnected from everybody in their life. And Two of Swords, this is a cycle that they've been going through, and some of them, like, I'm gonna be honest, Sagittarius, right? That's why you're here for honesty, brutal honesty, darling, right? I don't feel as if like this is a cycle that's been going on with them, and I feel as if for many of these people, Sagittarius, they kind of don't see this as an issue, or if they do see it as an issue, they're not really willing to change it necessarily right now. This person just needs therapy, honey. I'm gonna be honest, Sagittarius. This person needs some therapy. Because it's like they have like these deep, strong emotions, but they're so afraid of showing it, and they're just so passive, Sagittarius. And it's just like I'm so frustrated with this, just because it's just like for you guys, Sagittarius, just with how y'all's personality is, and I can speak so confidently with y'all's personality because I have so many Sagittariuses in my life. This isn't a very conducive energy for y'all. Like, y'all's love languages are so different, and it's just like the type of people that you need to be connected with, or the type of people that you crave to be around, Sagittarius, is just like, I feel like this is just a person that like most people, like your friends and family and all that, Sagittarius, they'd just be looking around and be like, what does Sagittarius see in this person? This is not their type whatsoever, honey. And so it's just like, that's what's really frustrating me, because it's just like you care about this energy a lot, and it's just like on your point of view, like I don't want to say settled, because that just sounds so condescending, doesn't it, Sagittarius? But it's just like you get the point, Sagittarius. If you know, darling. If you know, I don't need to really vocalize it anymore. But this is just something like, free will and all that, darling. I'm not saying it's a lost cause with this, but it's like they have to be willing to have a conversation. They have to be willing to make a choice with that Two of Swords. And I feel like this is something that they struggled with for quite some time, Sagittarius. Let's see here. Three of Cups, Nine of Swords here. Yeah, Sagittarius, when it comes to this energy here, when it comes to this person, as I was saying before, Three of Cups, Nine of Swords, like this is an issue that reflects in all of their relationships in their life, Sagittarius. This is like they're just distant and disconnected from everyone. They're not used to showing emotions. They're not used to being vulnerable. They're not used to having to put in the work, right? They're not used to having to chase, right? They're kind of just, if it's like, if you tell them, it's just like, oh, get out of my house, or just like get out here, it's never going to be a time and place, Sagittarius, where they're going to fight back, because they have some deep-rooted anxiety, some deep-rooted just like internal issues. And I feel like it's just based off of, again, like just like trauma, darling. Like I feel as if like you look at this person's relationship with their family and their friends, Sagittarius, and you're going to learn so much. Like I feel like if you were to look at how their dynamic is with their family, especially because I'm hearing like parents coming in strongly, Sagittarius, like you'll have such a clearer understanding of how this person is. So That's all I have to really say on that, darling. Ooh, girl. It's such a like black and white reading for me. Like honestly, it's such a simple reading to give, but this is honestly just the hardest reading for me to give to you guys, Sagittarius, just because it's just like it's trying my patience so much with me trying to avoid projecting my own personal opinion, which I kind of struggled with. I haven't done very well at. Ten of Cups coming in here for you, Sagittarius, with the Three of Pentacles. Sagittarius, I'm going to be honest here. There is potential when it comes to this connection here, but even in your weekly general readings, and definitely, again, check it out. This is not just me plugging, but again, plug. In your weekly general readings for a while now, I've been seeing new people coming into your life. And I was even saying in your last reading this week that I'm uploading this, Sagittarius, that you guys needed to clear out some old energies to allow some new energies in. I feel like this is literally the old energies that I was talking about in your weekly reading, Sagittarius, where it's just like, this person is just like, bless their hearts, darling. They may be fabulous. They may treat you well. It's probably like the most stable connection that you've had, right? You don't have to really play games with them, like if any, like again, this because it's not like conniving energy, it's not like player energy or anything like that. This person is just deeply traumatized and they need therapy, right? And it's a full-time job living our own lives, darling, and you can't force this person to grow. You can't force this person to live their life and work through their issues. So I am going to be honest here with this. This is really reflecting the sense of where it's like, if you were to release this energy and finally just fully detach instead of like looking back and be like, oh, are they going to chase me? Are they going to chase me? Sagittarius with that Page of Swords. So don't tell me that you're not, right? That Page of Swords calling y'all out, honey. I just feel as if you would have something just a lot nicer to connect to. Does that make sense? Just a lot nicer energy. And so, free will and all that to darling Sagittarius, do what you want. Just remember at the end of the day, I'm always going to support you in your decision, darling, because y'all know your relationships. Y'all know your emotions best. Y'all know what it is that you are willing to fight for and what have you, right? And when it comes to general readings, darling, it's impossible for me to tell you what it is you should exactly do because I'm not you, right? I don't know all the nuances to y'all's relationships, but this person, it's good intention, but, just ask yourself the question and even confront them. Just be like, hey, we need to work on this, right? Because this is a long-standing issue that they've been having. So it's just like, if they're willing to work on it, fabulous, right? I do see potential in it. But if they're not, let it go, darling, because you have, like, for your general readings, darling, you've had such strong energies trying to come into your life, but you just needed to have space. Like, I really strongly suggest for y'all to check out your weekly general reading that I have for you guys, because it's going to make so much sense with this. But Sagittarius, that's the cards that I have for you, darling. Hopefully you found something that resonated. Hopefully this helped in some type of way, darling. Remember, if you want to book a private personal reading with me, my website is SimplyVelca.com. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram is all just SimplyVelca, honey. And yeah, Sagittarius, I love you so much. Good luck with this, with whatever decision you end up making with this. I love you so much. Bye.